Yeah, man. Just taking a little jam here with the UBCD Organic Music Movement. And I want to thank you guys so much for joining us this morning and sharing, of course, the instruments and the information and the good vibes. Before we go, this one here is called what?
Bamboo synthesizer.
A bamboo synthesizer. Well, I guess it made out of bamboo.
Bamboo on bamboo,
Yeah.
corrosion, friction, percussion.
Nice. Fantastic. They will be shitty. Let's check them out and go buy some instruments and buy some jewelry and thing and support the thing. All right. I am going to have a fantastic. Well, let me pass this back on to you. Thank you so much. Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I have with me here Akila Jaramogi, and we are discussing what it means to be American. And I mean, let's start from the very beginning. What is American?
American.
Mm-hmm.
Greetings, Trinidad and Tobago. Greetings, everyone, and greetings to my American family. To be American is to be a descendant of the African Americans who came here in 1816.
In 1816.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is symbolic of the African Americans coming here in 1816?
All right, the African Americans that settled here in 1816 came after the war in the US in 1812.
Right.
Africans that came from Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Senegal, Ivory Coast, then settled on plantations in Virginia, South Carolina, Georgia, and then settled in Trinidad after the war.
Well, what do you know what brought them to Trinidad?
Oh, yes. Well, they fought on the side of the British when the war began in the U.S.
Right.
And, well, these were soldiers Africans who ran away from plantations during the time of the war, hid in the swamps and along the shorelines. And then the British army, it was very weak and they wanted support. And the Africans were just ready to do anything to get out of America and to gain their freedom. So they fought on the side of the British. And after the war, they were promised their freedom and they settled them in South Trinidad.
So even though the British lost the war, they still decided to give the Grand the freedom and to let them settle. And they came to Trinidad to settle.
Yes, because it was an agreement. It wasn't like my foreparents really wanted to fight for anybody. They just wanted their freedom, a way out. And that's the way they choose, fighting for their freedom.
Do you know what part of Trinidad they settled in?
Oh, yes, definitely. They settled in South Trinidad, in the southeastern part of Trinidad, now known as the Company Villages in South Trinidad.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I saw a documentary the other day that was very interesting. It was about Americans, and there was a list of all the surnames of people who are descendants of Americans, and it was quite amazing to see because you don't realize how many of us are descendants of things that we're not even aware of. Can you tell me some of the traditions that would have passed down over the years from Americans?
Okay, so first of all, our ancestors who came and settled in the company villages, the first company of soldiers settled in New Grant, second company settled around Hindustan, third company settled on the Moruga Road, fourth company settled in Hard Bargain at Williamsville, fifth company settled again on the Moruga Road going to Moruga after Indian Walk, and sixth company is the largest company that connects four of the company villages. So around Matilda, Indian Walk, New Grant, third company, and fifth company. So we settled there and we continue to hold on to some of the traditions that were handed down from our ancestors.
Traditions like what?
Well, first I want to say the whole, we maintained our way of our religious norms and values. We held on to that. So you'll find a lot of Americans are Baptists or Orishas and so on. So that is one that we held on to. We bring that spirituality with us and we held on to that. So when you hear about the great Papa Nisa and you connect with the Baptist and Orisha, that is what we held on to. And his good Iya Rodney, and then you will hear about all the other Orisha leaders and so on, elders from the company villages. And today, when you go to the company villages, you see a lot of Baptist church. A lot of the churches were set up by our ancestors and continue today.
Well, fantastic. I want to thank you very much, Akila, for joining us this morning. I love your energy, I love your vibe, and I love your knowledge as well. So thank you very much for coming and sharing some of that with us on the Now Morning Show, discussing Americans and, what it means and the history and the ancestry as we continue to celebrate African History Month right here on the Now Morning Show.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us.